Okay, we're going to do an overview of the Braille display and its controls. So first things first, on the left hand side of the unit, towards the left far back edge, there's the charge port. It is kind of hard to get, it's a USB-C charge port, and we're right now experimenting with a couple of different options on how that can be done. But please take care. It can be charged by any USB standard wall outlet and with a standard USB-C cord. Then we have the power button towards the front. And then on top of the unit, we have what we call the Braille Perkins keys. These are the 8 Braille dots, and they're numbered from the middle key. In the middle here, it's called the menu button. In the left set, we have 1, 2, 3, and then we go over to the right of the menu button, 4, 5, 6, and then we have dots number 7 and dot number 8. And then we have, in your general usage, you can disregard the menu button. The keys you're most likely going to be using are what we call nav rockers. There are 2 of them. One is on the right hand side. That goes from icon to icon on the screen, where the top part makes it go backwards or left. The bottom part makes it go forward and right. And the left nav rocker does not go up and down. It has to do more equivalent to what we call context sensitive actions, equivalent to the right click kind of when you use the mouse key, a mouse. Then we have the Braille display itself, where you see 14 characters in Braille. And across the top, we have what we call Braille cursor keys, or cursor routing keys to be exact. So let's say if you wanted to activate anyone that used, and equivalent to it, but you wanted to tap on the screen. For example, right now,
Notes.
It says notes on the Braille display. If I, right above the first letter there, notes, if I tap on the cursor routing key, which is right above the N, I would activate it. Okay. So that's what we call above the Braille display. Actually, above each nav rocker, that is also a little round key called the mode selector switch. And that is what Morgan uses to activate an icon that it's focused on. Please note that there's a little black square that kind of moves around the screen. That's how you know what is being highlighted.
Tune in radio, notes, home routines.
Okay.
Double tap to open.
And then we're going to look at what we call the front panel of the Braille display. So going from left to right, what we have is the first concave button. This is also a back button or an escape button. It's also equivalent if we did what we call a chord B. A chord B means we press the space bar and the letter B in Braille, which is dots 1, 2. That, for example, if you're in a menu in settings and you press the chord B or the left concave button here, it takes you up to the next level in the app. Then here we have what we call a rocker bar. Looks like a light switch, sort of. And this is equivalent of scrolling up or down in a document. If we press the up part, we're scrolling up. If we press the down part, we're scrolling down. As far as voice over touch commands, that is 3 finger swipe up, 3 finger swipe down. And then we have, it looks sort of like a left pointing arrow. That is what we call a panning key. That pans the Braille display 14 cells to the left. And then we have the shift keys. There are 2. And if you hold those in as you type, you will end up making letters capital. Though in Braille there are symbols for doing that. And then we have the space bar right here. Okay. We're going to move to the right of the shift keys. Again, we have the right panning button. and that moves the Braille display 14 characters to the right. Then we also have the rocker bar. This is swiping left or right. So for example, now when we're on the home screen, I'm going to press the rocker bar to the right.
Page 2 of 3. Wi-Fi Finder.
And you saw how the screen
Double
changed
tap to open.
from the first one to the second. And I press the rocker bar up.
Home. Page 1 of 3. YouTube.
And that's the home screen
Double tap to
that
open.
Morgan mostly works on. And then we have the very far right hand side is also a concave button. That's called, in Apple language, it's called the magic tap. That also will pause and play music, for example YouTube, that will answer and hang up FaceTime calls or other phone calls, that will pause and stop timers if the focus is on the timer app. Okay, that's the overview of the controls. So when we navigate, we can navigate, mostly Morgan navigates, we're using the right nav rocker by pressing up.
YouTube. YouTube.
We can't go any further up, and you hear it goes
YouTube.
And then we press down.
Home route. No. Tune in. Proliquo to go.
It goes forward.
Double tap to open.
Okay. If we open an app, we can do that by, we see the black squares on Proliquo to go, or we see it on the Braille display. Proliquo to go, and then we press the mode selector button.
Proliquo to go button.
Okay.
Speak message.
And then if we wanted to leave an app, we press chord H. That's H in Braille, which is 1, 2, 5, and you hold down spacebar. That's what chord H means. Press on the spacebar, and chord 1, 2, and 5.
Proliquo to go.
And that takes us back to
Double
the home
tap
screen.
to open.
Okay. Also, if we want to, things that happens often are, we need to go to the top of the screen, and this applies to in Proliquo, in YouTube, or anywhere. We can press chord L. L in Braille is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Press spacebar.
YouTube.
In this case,
Double tap
YouTube.
to open.
In this case, YouTube was the far left-hand top corner. We're going to the bottom right-hand corner. Again, this applies on any screen. Chord 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6.
Dot 5. Page 1 of 3. Adjustable.
So I'm going to go
Adjust
into,
value down or scroll left to show today view. Swipe up or down with one finger to adjust the value.
I'm going to go into an app to give us more relevancy for this.
Messages.
For
Double
example,
tap to open.
messages.
Messages. Edit. Button.
So to go down to the bottom of the list, we press chord 4, 5, 6, like I just said.
Conversations. Nick and Brittany. Thank you for your messages. We're good. 4/25/23.
And if we wanted to open that, we would press the mode selector button.
Messages. FaceTime. Call ended. 12:37 p.m.
And if we wanted to go back, we could either press chord B, or we could press the concave button on the left-hand side, right there.
Conversations. Nick and Brittany. Thank you for your messages.
Okay.
We're good. 4/25/23.
One thing that can also happen is Morgan can turn on what we call the screen curtain. That is chord and all the dots, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Screen curtain on.
And that makes the screen go black, and you may think that it's not working, but it's working just fine. And what's really kicking it here is that Morgan can also mute the speech, which is called chord M, which is chord 1, 3, 4.
Speech off.
So now Morgan can see what's on the Braille display and can navigate, but you can't see what's going on at all. So what you may want to do is that happens. You may want to see what Morgan is doing on the Braille display, and you can then turn speech back on with chord 1, 3, 4.
Speech on.
And turn the screen on with chord 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Screen curtain off.
Oops.
Screen curtain on.
There we go.
Screen curtain off.
Okay. And for reading commands, what we can do, let's say if we go into notes, we're going to exit. We're going to exit the message app by doing Coord H.
Messages. Double tap to open.
And we're going to go to notes. We're using our right nav rocker.
FaceTime. Proliquo to tune in radio. Notes.
On
Double
notes,
tap to
we
open.
can see it says notes in the Braille display. We're here at say notes. We're going to activate that.
Notes.
Okay, and then we're going to find our note.
Collaborate. Button. Share. More. June 4th. Note. Morgan's home routines information. Morgan.
Okay.
You have been using home routines on your phone for your schedule.
So, as we navigate, it will start reading by itself.
June 4th. Note. Morgan's home routines information. Morgan.
Alternatively, we can do different things. Morgan could read with his Braille display by panning, and he can read, pan, by pressing the panning keys on either side of the Braille display. Or you could do the 2-finger swipe down, or you can do the Coord R to read.
Note. Morgan's home routines information. Morgan. You have been using home routines on your phone for your schedule to get information about your daily activities for 2 weeks. You have been really successful at using the Focus 14 to read your schedule from home routines. The reason we started using home routines and stopped using the Braille wall schedule.
And then Coord P. Coord 1, 2, 3, 4 pauses voice over speech. If you do Coord P again, it will keep it playing.
Is that you are really smart and doing so much on your phone with the Focus 14. We wanted you to try the home routines on your phone to have more control and know what is happening using home routines on your phone. When you are out in the...
Okay. And you can also then use it with speech, or you can then use it with the Braille display, either or. And Morgan prefers both. He got whatever suits his mind at the moment, though he likes to read the Braille. And then Coord H to leave it.
Mute. Notes.
Okay.
Double tap to open.
That's it for an overview.